Let me see what it looks like first. Good. We are live. We are live. New location. I'm going to get into that in a minute. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to give people just a few seconds to get yourself situated. It's going to be an awesome conversation. Thank you for joining me. If you can hear me, let me get a big fat thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited about this because it's literally all like in line with what today's topic is, and also a new location, which is awesome. So yeah, this is going to be really, really awesome. A lot of fun, a lot of like empowered just education and just pouring into you guys as always. This is really great. So I'm really excited for this. But just a few more. See, once again, I should have had music going on in the background. Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be, as I said, a lot of fun. If you're just joining me, this is February's Live. I am your empowered guide in wellness. Thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with me, should I say. I'll situate myself a little bit here. All right. As I said, guys, if you're just joining me, my name is Finda. I'm your empowered guide in wellness. I chose this place literally because I feel like it's something that's going to be in line with what I am talking about today. It's all about transformation. And I went from just being in my kitchen, and now I am in a location called Studio 210. First of all, to give a little plug into this guy who owns the studio, Russ, amazing photographer. If you are in Jersey, even if you're in the tri-state and you're looking for amazing photography work or anything to actually, record podcasts, look him up, Studio 210. You can find him anywhere on social media. So that being said, guys, thank you. Come on in. Let's have a great time. This is going to be absolutely fun. So I'm your empowered guide in wellness. My name is Finda. Thank you. So today, the reason why I chose the topic on transformation, I thought about it for the longest time because I've gone from my fragrance, which is still part of it. I'm going to get to you guys. That's going to come a little bit later, which is still part of it. But then I went from your empowered guide in business, fitness, and fragrance, and now your empowered guide in wellness. So I've been constantly going through this transformation stage without even knowing it. But that being said, I really wanted to actually, bring this to you guys today so you guys can know that it's something that's very imperative and something that just happens in life when it comes to just, constantly renewing yourself. So when it comes to the word transformation, as I said yesterday, if you saw yesterday's post, I posted in my in the comment section, actually the picture section, that when it comes to the word transformation, it's a thorough change. It's either something physical that you would see, like if you ever watched The Biggest Loser, you would see this massive transformation change. Somebody who's went from like they lost 200 pounds and look at who they are today. But the thing about transformation changes that most of the time it has to happen first mentally. If it doesn't happen mentally, that 200 pounds or whatever pounds that you lose, you're going to gain everything back. So that's literally what this topic is all about today. And I'm going to actually, as always, I feel like I connect with you guys a lot more when I tell you guys storytelling, part of my story, and how I transformed into this empowered guide in wellness that you guys see in front of you. I would say years ago when I was in school in the 90s, I actually shared the story and one of my Monday motivations when it comes to it, that I was diagnosed. Like my first semester in college, my English professor kind of saw like red lights saying that, hey, something was wrong. But to take you guys before even going to college, in high school, I was not really diagnosed. So what happened when I was going to school, that it was, back in Harrisburg, PA, there was this section in the high school where we were, they didn't have any lights at all. So the hallway was actually dark. So the nickname for the kids in that side of the hallway were called the dark side kids, or whatever they want to call us. So for the longest time, I grew up believing that I was this person who belonged in that hallway. I was this person who really could not do much for myself, because my father was told when I was in junior high that she's going to have to find a way for someone to take care of her, because they actually thought that I was mentally retarded. Go figure, right? Crazy. So they thought I was mentally retarded. But the crazy part about that story, I believe that I was also mentally retarded. So I walked in those shoes for years. Walked in those shoes for years. I literally would walk with my head down. I would never look at someone eye to eye when I'm speaking to the person because I just felt so ashamed that they would know that I can't read to the best of my abilities, or I actually could not. When it just came to really just practically just, articulating something on paper, I couldn't. I could speak, but I really could not actually read based on when it comes to what I was supposed to be reading on my, I would say, my age range or my peers. So I literally grew up being so ashamed of this. So for years and years and years, but I had this thing in my heart where I actually always wanted to work in entertainment. But I couldn't really, follow that dream in my heart because I have this whole like she's dyslexic, she can't read, somebody has to take care of her. So that constant kept coming in my head, constant was coming in my head. So the more that played in my mind, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move, I couldn't do anything because I was walking as that person who was handicapped mentally, who needed help. And there are people out there who live that way and they have help, and that's completely fine how they have to live. But story was not that story at all. But I truly believe that the story that people actually, and to actually go before I even go into this story, when people actually tell you who you are, even if it's good or bad, you don't want to believe them. You actually want to believe who you are from you. And that's why I'm sharing this story with you guys today. Because I spent my whole adult life believing people that I was mentally retarded. So one of my steps that I did to actually step out of it, I started competing. I started going to the gym, started competing in fitness competitions. Slowly, I mean, I had to be there in a bikini in front of like hundreds of people, like, dancing or posing on stage. But slowly I felt like if I can do that, then, I'm going to slowly kind of get out of my shyness. But my shyness was still there. It was still there, even though I actually would, put my body in that physical shape, it was still there because I still believe that story. It wasn't to, I would say around 2007 to early 2008 that I really started feeling that I really have to change who I am in order for me to actually move forward. And there is this dream that I had, and I actually shared with a client, I would say a few days ago, in order for me to make this massive transformation change. So when I was living by myself in PA, I would always have this dream that I was scared. Always have this dream that I was scared that somebody would always bring it to my apartment. I would not know what to do. So one day, not sure why, had this dream that somebody broke into my apartment. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being scared. I'm going to face this person today. So in the dream, I went to go confront the person, fought the person, pushed them down to the floor. And when I pushed the person down to the floor, weird face was like this weird, no lie, guys, true story. I saw like this weird looking demonic face, but then something shook out of the person. And before I knew it, I was staring at myself, looking at me, and I was blown away. At the time, my father taught me how to interpret dreams, but I wasn't quite sure what that dream meant. And I went to go tell him, I said, hey, Dad, I had this dream. So he looked at me, practically telling me that, whatever's calling you, it's time for you to go. You've been holding yourself back. It's time for you to go now. You have to step forward into your purpose. So when he told me that and he said a prayer over me, that's when I actually was able to move and have the guts and everything else, that courage to move to New Jersey in 2008. You guys are familiar with the story, in the peak of the recession with only $360. But that dream made me realize that I believed that story so much that I was mentally handicapped, but I was holding myself back. When I fought myself in the dream, I actually defeated that person, practically that whatever evil was that was inside of me, or the darker person that was inside, or that dark side person, I released myself. I released myself and I stepped into this empowered woman that you guys see now. This did not happen overnight. This happened over like years and years of me actually working on myself. And that's one of the stories I wanted to share with you guys today. I believe that everyone has something that actually holds them back, no matter what it is. And especially if you grew up in a place where people would constantly tell you, you cannot do this, so you can't do that. Or even if they tell you that you could do something, that's completely great. That's like a positive affirmation. People are pouring into you. I think that's beautiful. But the one thing that I've learned that's so imperative, without your self-belief and without you changing, you are never going to go anywhere. I literally had to transform my thought process first from that woman who believed, or that girl who believed that she needed someone to take care of her for the rest of her life, to being in front of you guys today to actually call myself your empowered guide in wellness. If I did not release myself from all those thoughts that I thought about myself all those years ago, I would never have the nerve or the confidence to sit in front of you guys today to actually share stories like this with you. And the reason why I do this, because I truly believe that you guys also walk in the same shoes. You guys also have those stories. You would look at other people on television and you'd be so mesmerized and wowed by them. There's nothing special about them that's not in you. The only thing that's special is the fact that they didn't quit. They found something that they kept going at it, and then they actually literally became their higher self, or their true purpose that they're living. Like when I introduced myself to you guys as your empowered guide in wellness, and wellness to me is all encompassing. Fitness has always been a part of my life, and wellness. It's easy for me to teach you how to eat. But the one thing that people really don't teach much more is the mind, body, soul connection. When I'm pouring into you guys like this, or when I'm pouring into you guys Monday motivation, that's more of the I would say the body, the spirit and connection part, the mind and body connection part. But when I'm actually pouring into you when it comes to really, showing you how to eat properly, and physical, whatever it comes to the physical part, that's the body part. That's why more than just one way for you to get in shape. Yeah, you can see that somebody actually looks, but until they actually fix what's going on mentally, one, that change never is not sustainable. And when you do actually fix what's going on mentally, it's a constant work. It's not something that you actually just say, I fixed myself, I'm good now, I'm fine. No, you're constantly working at it, because you want to make sure the person I am today literally was not the person that I was 5 years ago, the person I even was last year. Last year, I was still doing my lives in my kitchen. Now we're in February 2025, I'm doing a live in a whole new studio. So you're constantly want to keep improving, constantly want to keep improving. And that's literally what my message and my story is for you guys today. If you guys are just joining me, hi, my name is Finda. I'm your empowered guide in wellness. And today it's all about transformation. And I just shared my transformation story with you guys. Let me know, guys, what your transformation stories are. If you have something that's absolutely inspiring that you actually would love to share, give me a big fat thumbs up. I would love to, create something in the near future where I'll actually have some of my, I would say my community on YouTube, because I love being on YouTube so much, where you guys can also share exactly what connected you, what did you find in me that you felt like you needed? Because there's a reason why you're watching my content now, and I see people are here. Thank you. I'm incredibly grateful for this. Very, very grateful. As I said, I definitely would love for you guys to give me a big thumbs up if you have an amazing transformation story. And if you're currently enduring a transformation story right now, if you actually just started your transformation, comment down below and let me know, like, hey, Finda, I'm starting in the process of transforming, and actually do the hashtag empowered. Guys, very grateful, very, very thankful for everything that you guys are constantly doing. You guys are constantly pouring into me, and I'm incredibly grateful for that when it comes to just being able to speak and being able to truly live my purpose. And this is something where I was so excited. I always get a little bit of nervous, but so excited when I'm in front of you guys, like every day. Like even the Monday motivations, it's something that I don't take lightly. I write those down. The ideas come to me when I'm working out. Ideas come to me when I'm in the shower. Sometimes where could be just cooking in the kitchen. And I'm always like with a notepad on my phone, I'm speaking into it because I'm getting different ideas that are constantly popping in my mind. So I would write those down, because I never share anything with you guys if I have not experienced it yet. Because I truly believe from this past week's Monday motivation, that's what true teaching is. In order for me to experience something, I have to first share with you guys either what to do or what not to do, and you guys can actually take it. I'm not for everybody, and that's completely fine. But the people that I am for, they actually tune into me here. And guys, I truly am thankful for you guys constantly liking and sharing. And the lesson that I want to teach you guys so you guys can walk away with today, rather, it's in life, you can't be afraid of change. Change is a constant. We are constantly changing. Where it comes to even the human body, the human tissue, our tissue constantly repairs itself every few weeks. It's constantly replacing itself every few weeks. And when it comes to our bone density, every 10 years, we literally have new bone density. Everything else, there are different organs that are constantly changing. So if your body is constantly changing, so you really should not be afraid to change, or you should not be afraid to make that transition or transformation to becoming a better and empowered version of yourself. There is this thing that I heard actually used to be known as a curse in the old Chinese saying, where they actually would say to people that may you remain in one place for the rest of your days. That's really heavy because that's really terrible for you to actually just be that same person. Imagine if I believed that story that they told me years ago as a teenager, now that I'm in my 40s, if I believe that story, if I walked in that and felt like, okay, that's who I am, that is my story, the world never would have known exactly what Empowered by Finda is about. And I never would have known the people that I'm connecting with. I'm connecting with people from social media all the time, and I'm blown away by it. Or people that will Google my information, actually do my consultation, people that will buy my friends. I'm connecting. So the moment I actually said, no, this is not my story, I'm ready to actually do this massive transformation, work on myself. In order for me to do that, it was quite a process. And as I said, it's not something that just happens one time. It's something that you're going to constantly keep doing. Because the person that I am right now at the end of 2025, I am hoping that I'm way bigger than I am right now. And then by next year, even bigger. And the reason why I want to do that is to show you guys, if I was told that I was mentally handicapped and I can sit in front of you guys and point to you guys, imagine what you can do. I used to say to my dad, I said, man, if I can be just like everybody else, I'll be on the moon by now because I'll be flying. Because my thing, I get so excited when I'm able to like help other people out, because it's just my jam. It's just something that I was blessed to be on earth to do. So I'm just really, really thankful for you guys tuning in. My lives are usually not that long. They're usually sometimes short, but very impactful. If you guys are actually getting value from this video today, this live, guys, comment down below. Give me a big thumbs up. Please share this and don't forget to like. And also for my new subscribers, I have new subscribers this month. Guys, thank you. Thank you. I'm incredibly grateful and just so, I'm blessed. I'm beyond blessed. I always feel like I'm highly favored by God, where people will actually just tell me how much my content is inspiring them. So I just know, living in my purpose, I'm glad that I didn't quit. I'm glad that I just bet on myself. And I'm glad that I listened to that tiny voice inside of me saying that, Finda, that's not your story. You're bigger than what you truly see yourself being. And I'm glad that I'm constantly transforming myself and believing, as I said, if the human skeletal changes every 10 years, you can't be the same person. You don't want to be in this. You don't want to be in the same place. You don't want to be in the same place mentally, physically, emotionally. You don't want to be there. That literally is worse than death for time to go by, but yet you're still the same person. You want to constantly make sure that you're constantly transforming. Guys, that being said, thank you for joining me. I want to let you guys know in regards to my Monday motivations, YouTube has constantly changed their rules when it comes to posting. My Monday motivations are actually now on my shorts. So their shorts are now 3 minutes long. I'll get people that say me, I don't see your Monday motivations, because they're now on shorts. So they're usually about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. So that's not going to be in the full length video section. But if you actually go on my shorts or YouTube stories, you're going to see all the Monday motivations there. I've been releasing those stories there weekly, and sometimes I actually would go weekly or every other week. And the one thing that I have not done since getting married last month, and then now stepping really into putting my head around what I really want to bring to you guys this year. February is almost finished, but what you guys should expect from me next month, I'm going to focus on women's wellness, because we're going to March. The month of March is all about female empowerment, female awareness. I'm going to give you guys something each week regarding women's wellness when it comes to either heart disease or everything that I actually learn about that are very imperative right now. Women are focused on, depending on your age group. I'm going to bring on the doctor I had on again last year. Going to bring her back on so she can give you guys amazing tips exactly how to stay healthy as women out there. Guys, I am truly am thankful and I'm blessed. I touched base on the product. People have been asking me too about the product. The fragrance just happens to be, which is very funny, that I started this in 2014. I did not know that the whole fragrance, people used to smell it. They would tell me, man, Finda, this fragrance makes me feel calm. There's something soothing about this. Even though it was one scent, and I kept feeling like people kept asking me about this perfume. Like, when are you going to have another line? But everything in me felt like, I don't need to have another line. This is exactly what I'm doing. This is all I need to do. So now it makes sense, because the empowered scent literally is what it is. It's a wellness fragrance. Now my product is actually moving to my product section. If you go on my website, you can literally order my fragrance there. It's the empowered scent. So that empowered woman that smells calm, confident. She's bold, she's brave, and she's willing to go out and conquer the world. And there are other parts I'm going to add to that. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to add like, a little spa kit that I'm going to bring out this year. And I have something extremely exciting coming this spring for all of my, I would say, my listeners out there. Guys, I am so, so thankful, so grateful for everything that you guys keep pouring into me. Thank you guys for being here. As I said, you chose this Wednesday night. You could be watching anything else, but you decided I'm going to get empowered by Finda. So that's absolutely amazing. You guys just really empower me. You guys inspire me, like all the comments and all the encouragement. It really does help me to constantly keep, I would say, nurturing that little girl that was told years ago that she cannot really do much in life. That, guess what? It was a lie. Just create your own story. Guys, I'm going to actually close this by actually telling you guys, create your own story. Literally, no matter what people told you out there that you can or cannot do, what you can do is completely up to you. And you would be amazed exactly how big and how amazing your life could become if you actually just bet on yourself and transform yourself from the inside out. People will be amazed by it, and literally it'll be like a whole chain reaction. If you change, people are so amazed by that, they also would change at the same time. I believe that's what we're here for on earth, is to constantly keep empowering and inspiring one another. Guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the things in the chat. I'm actually going to have to do probably another live where I'm just, speaking to you guys live and just answering a lot of questions and comments. So guys, thank you for everything. As always, guys, don't forget that power moves. Keep moving.